on the air. This is season 10. Season 10. I've been doing this producer's point of view for a long time. Got a chance to speak to a lot of different artists from a whole lot of different places. And I'm honored that my guy, Jesse Just, that I actually started with, I don't even know when I started the producer's point of view, but we started doing radio back in 2002, which, you know, that puts us a little over 22 years in the business. So I got my man Pac Mineset in the building. I don't know if he know who I am. I know who he is, but I don't know if he know who I am. I'm the podfather of this internet radio thing. Jesse just gave me the chance back in, like I said, 2002 to start doing radio, and from there it's evolved into 22 years later of radio. So got you all the way from Thailand. So you see our reaches, the internet keeps on giving. So welcome to Wall Street, first of all. Welcome to Wall Street. Welcome to New York City.
Thank you, my man. Thank you so much. Actually, 2002, right? That's about time when I first came to the States.
Really?
Yeah.
So we missed each other then, but it all came full circle. So now you're back. So tell me about this trip here, and then we'll go all the way back to 2002 when you first started.
Okay, so this time is kind of like different because, back in the days, I used to come here for school, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I've been here for like 10 years, and then I went back.
Was you a transfer student? Like, did you come here for a skill?
I came here since 8th grade, man.
You just living in America?
Yeah.
All right.
For like 10 years. So after I graduated, I went back, right? Mm-hmm. But I'm really into tattoo and all that kind of thing.
I see.
So I got linked up with Cartoon, Mr. Cartoon?
Mm-hmm.
So after that, I kept coming back here every year, just to get a tattoo every year.
Was it New York City in particular, or was you in different places? LA.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I got my back piece done in New York City.
In New York. Why'd you?
By him though.
Why'd you? Oh, by a Cartoon.
Yep.
So you went to the
Yep.
classic.
Yep.
All right. So let's go back to 2002 now. 2002 was your first time coming. You went straight to LA?
No, in Boston.
Oh, Boston. So you was on the East Coast. So you all over the place. You was Boston, LA, New York, like.
Actually, it's in Groton,
Mhm.
Southside Boston, 45 minutes away drive.
You had family there?
No.
No.
Boarding school.
Boarding school.
I was kind of bad back then.
Oh, you was kind of bad. Do explain. Kind of bad.
So when I was a young kid, I used to do good in school.
Okay.
But then, like, by the
I'll
time
turn up my head.
time changed, time passed, I got kind of like bad. So my dad, he was like,
You got kind of bad. Like
Yeah.
kind of bad. Please explain. Like what were you doing?
not really participating in school. You
Okay.
know, that kind of thing.
So was it because you was a creative and they just didn't channel your energy right, and school just wasn't for you, or you just was just
No,
bad?
no,
'Cause
I mean, like-
I'm a teacher now too, so I
Oh,
know
yeah,
what
you
bad
are?
is. Yeah, I teach middle school.
I
So-
mean, like, I didn't do well in school.
Okay.
So
Was you smart though? Was you was too smart for the teachers?
I would say, I don't know, man. So that's how I got sent here,
Mm-hmm.
just to be disciplined,
Okay.
to be honest.
They sent you to America to be disciplined. So
Yep.
what's it like in Thailand that you couldn't be disciplined in Thailand and they had to send you all the way over
So
here?
in Thailand, I used to have a lot of friends, and then we just didn't go to school.
Really? So we just think that's just a New York being bad thing. This happens all the way out in Thailand too.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that's kind of like normal there. Yeah.
All right. So music. So from a young age, music was incorporated with you being bad. Was you influenced by rap or
No,
anything?
here's the thing.
Okay.
I used to be like really into like rock music back in the days.
Because with a name like Pac, I was thinking something else. But go ahead.
Tupac.
Yeah. But we'll get to that. We'll get to that.
Okay. So I used to play like instruments, like
Mhm.
guitar, keys, drums, everything, man. Back when I was really young,
Mm-hmm.
And then but back in Thailand, those days they're really into like rock music.
Okay.
So I was into that kind of thing
Into rock.
until I was sent to the States. I was like, oh my God, this is like different.
So all right, so 2002. Let's say hip hop started in 73, all right? That's when it started in the Bronx, New York. That's where
Yep.
I'm from, right?
Yep.
So you're saying in the late 90s going into 2000s, they were into rock
Yep.
more than they was hip hop?
In Thai, yeah.
In Thailand.
Yeah.
Wow.
But then, so by the time I was sent here, I was like, oh my God, this is like a new thing to me.
You remember your first artist that you got influenced by when you came?
I said Nelly.
You said Nelly? St. Lunatics?
Yeah.
Nelly?
Yeah.
He was hot back then too.
Yeah, Lil Wayne, you know those.
Lil
kind of
Wayne.
people.
All right, so that was the era you came
50?
in. Yeah, 2000. That 2002 era. That's the beginning of my career. Again, we
Right,
were just saying
right.
that's when I started really getting into the music
Right.
and the radio of it.
Right.
Okay.
So
how
that's
old was you? How old was you in that time? What was you? Still a teenager?
I was like 14, bro.
Okay. So yeah, you was definitely
14.
impressionable by the music.
But then it's kind of like interesting for me because I figure this is like a poem on the beat.
Mm-hmm.
In Thailand, we have like we do poetic things too, you know, like poem.
Mm-hmm.
But this is like poem on a beat.
On the beat, poetry in motion, poetry on the beat.
Yeah. So
That's
I was like,
dope.
oh my God, this is interesting. I mean, like.
So all right, so let me do this. If you just tuned into the podcast and to the stream, this is Pac Mineset, right?
Yep.
And like I said, but he got into music in the early 2000s into hip hop, but he was into rock.
Yeah.
So with a name like Pac Mineset, was you influenced by Tupac,
No.
or you just
So
have a
it's
Pac? You have a Tupac
Coincident,
mindset.
I would say. So normally for Thai people, we have really long first names,
Okay.
like really long, like 4, 5, 6 syllables.
And why is that? Your parents just wanted
It
to
just,
challenge people?
No, it's just like that.
It's traditional.
Like most of us, we have long names, but we all have nicknames.
Okay.
That's given by parents, you know. So Pac was given by parents,
Mm-hmm.
but then it's coincident. It sounds kind of like similar to like Tupac.
Mm-hmm.
So
I
that's
get it.
yeah.
I
But
get it.
Tupac is my man.
Okay.
Yeah.
One of my favorite artists too. So definitely he dropped some real influential, and life changing songs during that time. You know, the Dear Mamas, Brenda's Got a Baby,
Yeah.
Hit 'Em Up.
Hit 'Em Up is probably my favorite ones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you was a bad boy when you was young, so you was into all that drama. So that you was with the smoke. So tell me about your music career. So did you start off liking rap, got into rap?
Yep. So back in the day, I was sent here to Groton, right, in boarding school, and then I like music, so I've been doing like music my entire life, and then I figure like the Guitar Center, man.
Oh, my favorite place. One of my favorite places.
So I started to go there, and then just got like the interface M audio back in the days.
M
I didn't
audio.
have
See, the
money
blue
back
one,
then.
the blue box, the one that went to
No, it's
Pro Tools.
gray one,
Oh, so you came
2
okay.
channels.
Okay.
Small one, man. I didn't have money back then, so that was the one, and then
I didn't have money back then. I just caught that. We all didn't have money back then. So you was part of that, but you made it happen.
Yeah.
Got it.
And then I bought like a MIDI keyboard,
Yeah.
and then
That's a starter kit.
I used the free program GarageBand.
GarageBand. Yeah, so you had the whole producer starter kit
Yep.
that we all had. The M audio,
Yep.
the MIDI keyboard, and the GarageBand.
Yep.
The social media, version
But
the
back
internet
then
version.
I wasn't rapping,
Right.
so I was like making beats and all that kind of things, right? And then so normally in boarding school you have to go home from time to time.
Mm-hmm.
Let's say like if you have like a long weekend break, or even like spring break, winter break, all that kind of things. We have to go home.
Right.
But I didn't get to go home because we came a long way from home. Like it's so far away. It's like a day flight.
How many hours is that?
A day.
24 hours?
24, man. 3 flights.
On one. I'm about to say. So you stopped 3 times.
3 flights.
That's too much for me. I went to Hawaii one time, and that stopping in L.A. and then getting that little.
That's nothing, bro.
That's nothing, right? I'm not a big flyer though, so
Yeah. So I was doing like producing the beat as a hobby
Mhm.
back then, and then there used to be like let's say athletes,
Mhm.
scholarship people
Mhm.
for
Athletes.
basketball, those kind of sports.
Mhm.
They had to stay with me because they couldn't go back to their countries.
Right.
So those black people just came into my room and they were like, "What are you doing?" I was like, "I'm making music." I was like, "Let me get onto that."
Oh, so the tracks that they heard.
So they started to rap on my beat, and then that's how I got it started actually.
So you was a producer first
back then, yeah.
back then. Oh, we got something similar. We both started as producer and then we turned into something else 20 something years later. We on a whole nother path. All right, this is what I want to do since it's like the midway point of the show. I like to play, especially when it's an artist. I like to play the music so people can understand what we getting into. So let's get into your first track. Who's the producer of your first track, and let's give them the name of it.
My first producer?
No, who produced this track that we're about to play?
Oh, this track, Jimmy Duval.
Jimmy Duval. Because we always got to show love to the producers. This is the producer's point of view. We got to show love to who made the track.
It took me 2 years to find him, you know.
Okay.
Yeah.
You find him on social media?
No. I mean, like from connections.
Oh, so you knew him and you had the...
So my management kind of like trying to find me the right
Oh, the
people.
right... I see what you're saying. I thought you lost them and you found them. Okay. No. All right. Yeah. All right, let's get into the record. Right here live on the producer's point of view.
The new Party 1019. The new Party 1019. The new Party 1019. New York's #1 for throwbacks.
That was new pop Mineset featuring Soulja Boy.
Yes, sir.
What's the name of that record?
Jing Jing.
Jing Jing.
That's Thai though.
That's Thai.
Jing
so what does that mean in Thai?
It actually means like real talk, no cap.
Real talk, no cap.
Yeah.
All right, you got Soulja Boy on there. Shout out to Soulja Boy. He definitely is one of the most and what's the word when you invent something? I had it in my head. I couldn't even get. He definitely is. He's a pioneer of some of this internet stuff that's going on right now. Because I remember during the time that I was doing it, I seen him, promoting himself, and I was after he had his huge song, the Soulja Boy song that he had, Superman joint. So how'd you connect with Soulja Boy?
So that's kind of like, I would say my management got linked up.
Your management is dope.
Yeah.
I need to connect with your management. Like, holla at me.
But the first thing was that I wanted to give the Thai sound to the world.
How's that song being received so far?
It's being good. It's doing good. So we started off using the Thai samples.
That was nice. See, you're a producer. This is why this show is important to me right now, because I come from making beats too. So everything that you just said about what you brought in the equipment, that is pretty much, that's the main frame of how I got started doing everything. It all started with production first, being creative. Yeah. So you used that Thai sample. Was that a hit song that came from, or was that just somebody just saying something you just manipulated?
That one was, I would say, like many years. Mm-hmm. It's like a Thai classic songs.
Do they charge you a lot of royalties for that type of stuff too? They do it in America?
No, it's public domain right now.
How much? Public domain.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that. Because it's that.
Gone.
So it's like our classic music. I think classical music, we can use it because like Beethoven and all that, I think we can still sample all that stuff. That's what it used to be. I don't know what the rules are now. With this algorithm and them being able to figure out what you're using.
I contact the family just to pay some respect, give some respect to the family.
And it was received well?
Yeah.
I mean, that's great too, when you cite your sources and show love to the family of those that produce
who
maybe
made that
something.
Thing, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I support that. I mean, that's dope that you did that. So, all right. I normally have this question that I ask toward the middle of the show, so we're gonna bring this one back. So, out of the three P's, you have to name one of them, right? Do you like to perform, produce, or promote? Which one, if you can only do for 30 days straight and you can't do nothing else but one of the three things, which one would you do and why?
One?
Only one.
I like to perform.
Perform.
Yeah.
And why would you pick that out of producing and promoting?
I mean, I started from nothing, like back in the days in the dorm room, like no one listened to my music, right? Mm-hmm. And then one day I performed and then they could sing along with me. So that's kind of like, it's beyond the dream, Mm-hmm. I was like, oh my God, I'm blessed. Like my hobby became my career one day, and now they could sing all along with me. That's kind of like crazy,
Wow, that's
it's
dope.
been, but it.
Round of applause for that.
So a few years ago, I had a big surgery.
Mm-hmm.
A brain surgery.
A brain surgery?
Yeah. 3 years ago. Yeah.
Okay, so let's talk about that. Like, and not so much why, but how did you come? What was it like going through that and then coming out on the other side?
So normally I drink a lot.
Drink?
Yeah.
Okay.
But
you used to before the surgery?
Until now.
Okay.
The doctor said I'm okay, so
Okay.
I'm okay.
Okay.
Just keep doing what I do. So
I seen a movie like that
Yeah.
on Netflix the other day. The guy had what's his name from 300? What's the actor that played in 300? What the heck is his name?
I know the 300 movie.
Anyway, something happened to his head. He was a cop. Something happened to his head, and he lost all his memories. So he had to write little notes for himself.
Oh,
And
yeah.
then, towards the end of the movie, he took a drink and he remembered everything. So then he started
Yeah.
drinking. So it reminds me of this story.
So one day I got a really bad headache,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and then I was like, oh my God, I didn't drink that much yesterday. I was like, what's going on, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I stopped drinking for like few days,
Mm-hmm.
but the headache's still going on.
Still kept going.
So I was like, oh my God, this is like, I don't know what's going on here. So I told my parents, I was like, I gotta see your doctor, you know, like the brain doctor,
Right.
which you don't normally go see those kind of doctors.
Right.
Because
As a young adult.
right.
Right.
So I went to see them, and then I took MRI scan, and I found out I had a tumor in my brain, and it's like a wrist, like a tennis ball size.
In your head, in your brain.
Yep.
Wow.
Yep. So I had to take that shit out,
Mm-hmm.
and then I realized, what have I been doing recently?
So did they say what made that happen? Like how did?
It just happened.
Right. It's one of those things, but
It
you
just
was able to
happened.
get ahead of it before it. You know, it turned into tragedy.
So back then, I have 2 kids.
Okay, salute to you. I got one. Okay, how
Yeah.
old?
5. They're 5 right now.
You have twins.
Yeah.
Okay, salute to the twins.
But they were like 2 back in the days when I had the tumor. So I was like, oh my God, do I have like, this is the only time I can spend with them?
Mm-hmm.
This is it? You know?
The light flashed between
that
before your
that thing
eyes.
actually taught me so many things.
Mhm.
Taught me how to live my life, how to spend the right time with the right people, you know,
Mhm.
stay happy basically.
Right. I salute you to that too, because I lost a lot of people this year, and I'm close to people that have lost people this year, and I think that is the message that I got out of that is like really appreciating the time and going forward and building off of that.
You have to be happy every day.
Yeah, talk to your mic too. We don't want to make sure.
Yeah, you have to be happy every day, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. So, all right. So, what about making music and traveling the world and doing this entertainment makes you happy? Like, what's your happy place?
Music is my thing.
Mm-hmm.
It became a hobby since I was like 8,
Mm-hmm.
you know?
And
so
now it's a career.
it's a career, so I'm
What's the
just-
highlights? Tell me some of the highlights, things that you did that you can't even be like, wow, I really did that. Like, because I know you've done a lot.
Yeah.
I whenever I see people with bios that, I know people write in, they want to make us understand about the artist, but I'm one that I can talk to you and you can tell me what I want to know. But there's some things that might get left out. I don't want that to happen on the interview, so I want you to kind of hint, some
Okay.
things that you enjoy, and then I'll take it from
Okay.
there.
So there's one time I got to get on a stage in Thailand, right?
Mhm.
It's like a festival kind of thing. I think there were about 30K people.
Wow.
And then my daughter, she was like, can I get on a stage with you?
How old was she?
4.
4.
Yeah.
This is 1 year ago.
Yeah, 1 year
About
ago.
a
yeah.
year ago.
I was like,
Mhm.
yeah. Can you do the dance? It's like, yeah.
Y'all practiced a dance and she did it
I guess she's been practicing.
from TikTok.
From her own
Yeah.
time, you know. She's like, yeah, I know. So she went to her mom and was like, okay, let me practice you one more time just to be sure that you're ready for this. And then she ran onto the stage on the last song, you know. She ran up like, my first time being on a stage, that's probably when I was like 20. I was like shaking. But my daughter, she was like 4. She ran up to like 30K people and she just did her thing. That's kind of like amazing to me, man.
That is dope.
Yeah.
Children are beautiful, right? Now I'm talking to my son right now, and yeah, the kids are like, they are. For her to say, you asked her, could she do the dance, and she was ready to go was priceless.
Positive things.
Positive,
Yeah.
right? All right. So, do you see a future in music for your kids, your twins? Is it 2 girls or a boy and a girl?
A boy and girl.
Oh, you are lucky. That's what if I could have.
I'm blessed.
Exactly. God bless you on that one. That way you could just be done with it. You don't have to look. I got 2 at the two for the price of one. It ain't really the price of one because
Yeah.
you got to pay for two separate ones.
Yeah.
So tell me, do you think they're gonna be in music? You're
I
gonna
have
follow
no
in your
idea right
footsteps?
now because they've been like browsing around sports, music, or like any other stuff, like the dance thing, like. So I'm good, They can be anything they want. I'm just gonna support them.
That's you. See, that's the type of fatherhood I like. I like to, not force your kids in one direction because you went through that too. You went to being shipped around because they wanted you to be better or act the way that they wanted you to act. Meanwhile, look at what you turned out to be. I think all kids.
This is kind of like funny. So I came to the States and then I graduated from Northeastern, right?
Right. Northeastern.
I did econ though. I didn't do music.
Right.
Because my dad, he wouldn't let me to. So he's like, oh, I don't think you're gonna be good doing music back when you come back to Thailand.
He didn't have faith in you,
like,
huh?
Yeah. So I was like, yeah, whatever. So I did econ, and then I went back to work for him in a company, newspaper company, for 5 years. But I kept doing my thing, and then one day my thing just blew up, and he was like, okay, I guess this is the right time for you to just go do your thing.
Don't you just love that when it comes back to show them like? I think you need that. I think that's necessary for them to give you a little bit of pushback so that you can push harder when it's something that you really want. Because a lot of people get pushed into things or they have good opportunities in front of them and they don't really take advantage of it because I wanna.
Yeah.
But then there's some of us, we gotta like buy the, thug it out with the cheapest equipment at the beginning and kind of figure out how to do things with the cheap equipment, and then you start growing and getting better and better.
I started as a hobby.
Right.
That's why, because I love it. I love it. And then one day, hobby became a career. That's kind of different, right?
And here you are right now.
Yeah.
In New York City on Wall Street at the legendary Matrix Studios with the most influential producer, DWI. And I definitely appreciate you and this beginning of our conversation because now that you know me and we're on the internet and we're moving around, you could just call me at any time. Yo, D, what's up? What you got going? I got a new song. I'm gonna come down, and that's just like that. It's not no political.
Thank you.
Is this is what it is, and because I've been on the internet for the last 25 years, the next 25 years is gonna be even better because everybody was scared of the internet when I got on. It was like I was doing it, and they were still trying to get on FM radio, and then satellite radio came out, but I was still doing internet radio, and now after the pandemic,
Was that in
everybody's on
2002?
2004.
2004.
I was with Jesse Just. We was doing 91.9, which was a pirate radio station, which was like an underground radio station.
Yeah.
So I still had the people. I still had the underground with me because they couldn't get to independent artists couldn't come to New York and get on one of the major stations unless you had a connection, unless you had a budget. And so for all of the independent artists that are now popular, all of the ones that started now, they either like I got a guy Torre that's on he's on satellite radio, DJ Superstar J, satellite radio. Math has his podcast. All these were artists back then coming to be interviewed.
I guess we all need DWI, right?
Yeah, that's that. Listen, it's a fact. You said it. From Thailand all the way to the land, and it's not even.
Have you been to Thailand, man?
Nah, I haven't yet.
You
I haven't
should.
been to no side of Asia. I've been to Germany. Is the furthest I've been. I need to.
You should.
So that, I got a connection now.
One warning though.
Okay.
If you go there, you might not come back here.
So you saying I should go while I'm single?
I'm not saying.
Oh, okay, he's not saying anything now. Now he's not saying anything. All right, well, listen, this was a dope show. Obviously, if you're listening to this on any of the platforms, thematrixstudios.com, give them where they can find the new song and where they can find anything about you, because the song will be in rotation on Party 101.9 for the rest of this year until he drops another one. You're gonna hear it every day. That's what it is,
Okay.
and he got the stamp on it. He's part of the top 100.
Thank you, man.
Top 100 that we had, the MIA top 100 artists that
Thank you
we
so
looking
much.
for. So, tell them a little bit about where they can find you at and where they can support anything else you got coming out new.
Okay, so everything on social platforms, you can follow me. Just type Park Mineset.
Mm-hmm. You got a
You
website?
find me. Park Mineset also.
Pop my own. All right, go there first.
Parkmindset.com, yeah.
I'm anti social media only because I feel like we should still have our own platforms first, and they shouldn't reap the benefits with their algorithms and you can play this and you can't play that. No, go stream on his page first and then go to all other platforms
Yep.
as well too.
And you can find my song anywhere, all streamings, all platforms. But the best thing to do, go on 101.9.
That's it. You got it right there. DWI, you heard it first, Pop Mindset. Yo, let's get into that record one more time before we get out of here, because this is what we do here. We got to keep breaking these records. Party 101.9, you already know what it is. Stay tuned. We'll be right back. Peace.
The new Party 1019. The new Party 1019. The new Party 1019. New York's #1 for throwbacks.
This is Park Mindset. Check out my single Jing Jing featuring Soulja Boy on Party 101.9. Let's get it.